Greetings. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, Empress Oracle, your favorite, realist, and of course, sexiest spiritual advisor. On behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I have been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic records for the purpose of helping humanity. This information has been given directly to me as a divine channel, and any use and or reproduction of this information without the proper acknowledgement or accreditation from where it was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties and or individuals. And so it is. Now, I'm sure you saw the title. Today we are going to talk about remaining humble. But first I'm going to start with an experience that I had, okay? Me, your girl Empress. So, a few months back, I went to the gas station to Quick Trip, and I met a young gentleman. I was minding my black-owned business, beautiful day, and I met this gentleman, and he said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I have a podcast. I would like to interview you to put onto my podcast. What is your opinion on love or relationships," or some shit like that. I don't recall verbatim what exactly it was, but I said, "Okay, sure." And so we interviewed, we exchanged social medias, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to put this video up either today or tomorrow, so just be tuned." And I said, "Sure, no problem." And I said, "While you're at it, just go on ahead and check me out. I'm a spiritual advisor, and I put out my own words also." He said, "Okay, fine." Well, what do you know? He never posted it. I stayed tuned. We followed each other on social media, and I always support any creators, anybody that is, going towards their purpose. He never posted it. I saw him post different interviews, some just voice recordings with other people, some, full videos with other people, which is fine and dandy. With mine, it was just a voice recording. But it didn't matter. I showed love to all of the ones that he posted up there. I showed love. The people had valid opinions. And as I said, I always support my fellow creators in black business, especially, when we're networking. That's what you're supposed to do. So move forward to this past weekend, I go back to the same gas station where, they know me quite well. They have a good repertoire with people that work there. We have an amazing relationship because I am a friendly person. I might look stush, but I am actually very friendly when you speak to me. So after me engaging with my friend who works behind the counter, I turn to leave and I see the same man. But at this time, I don't know that it is him because, it's been a while and I've only met him once prior. So he looks at me and he's like, "Hey," so, being a nice person, if you speak to me, if you say hello to me, I am going to say hello to you, honey. So I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm smiling and I'm carrying on smartly. And he's looking at me and his smile starts to turn into a snarl. Okay, so it's like from to that. You see that? You see what went from smile to snarl? Okay, yeah. So his smile turned into a snarl. And I'm looking at him confused. And he's like, "You don't remember me?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." Because I don't. Why would I lie? I'm not one of those people. I don't recall you. I'm sorry, refresh my memory. Well, he reminded me of the podcast. He said, "Yes, remember you did the podcast thing for me, right?" And I said, "Oh, okay. I'm my bad. I am human." I did not point out to him that, yes, I do recall now that you brought it up and you never posted it. I never said anything. I just like, okay. And I started going on. Well, the fact of that I did not recall who he was, even though I was still nice to this gentleman, as I would be with anybody, that kind of rubbed his ego the wrong way. And in turn, he decided to become kind of loud because by this time he's at the counter and I'm walking towards the door. So that's a minimum of 10 to 15 feet. And he starts saying, to my shock, and also to my little friend that worked behind the counter shop, he starts saying, "Oh, don't forget to remain humble. Stay humble. When you make it, make sure you stay humble. Don't forget something." And I don't remember what else he was saying because by this point in time, I had already tuned him out. I had already exited on stage left because I had no idea where this came from. But I know he kept on telling me to remain humble. And I was very, very confused because, as I said before, I may look one kind of way, but anybody who has personally come across me and met me personally, I am a very down-to-earth person, okay? I don't bash anybody. I have always felt as though I was a humble person, because I don't brag on the things that I have like a lot of people do. I don't flex for the gram. I don't go around telling people, oh, hey, I drive this kind of car, I have X, Y, and Z. I have a lot of accomplishments under my belt, but I don't toot my own horn. I do show myself self-love. I do self-love posts, self-appreciation posts, because if I don't appreciate myself, then who will? So I said, maybe I need to talk about this. So I said, maybe I am misinterpreting exactly what he is saying. So just in case anybody, has been told to remain humble and does not quite know exactly what that is, as per Webster's dictionary, the definition for humble, there's actually quite a few. There's actually 4 different variations for the definition of humble. So we are going to go through all of them. Now, the first definition for humble is not proud or haughty, not arrogant or assertive. Now, haughty, that is defined as blatantly or disdainfully proud, having or showing an attitude of superiority and contempt for people or things perceived to be inferior. So, I don't carry myself as a haughty person. I don't have disdain for anybody who is less fortunate than me. My purpose here, one of my purposes here on this earth, is to help to raise the vibrations of others, to help them to find self-love, to love themselves more. Okay, I don't look down on anybody, because I firmly believe as though you can be on the top today and you can be on the bottom tomorrow. All right, God appreciates people who pay it forward and don't look down their nose at others, right? Because the wheel always turns. The second definition for humble is reflecting, expressing, or offered in a spirit or deference or submission. Now, the definition for the word deference is respect and esteem due a superior or an elder. Now, I respect my elders. I always do. Okay? I am not one of those people who will come out of my face, and just because somebody disrespects me, I'm not going to stoop down to their level. Even if that person is older than me and they disrespect me, I would rather walk away than to engage in physical or verbal fisticuffs with anybody. No type of altercations with anybody unless my hand is forced. Unless you put your hands on me and I am forced to defend myself. I respect everybody, my elders, the people younger than me, because you can always learn from somebody, and age is nothing but a number. There are people who are wiser at a younger age, and there are people who are older in age and carry themselves like children. But I feel as though everybody deserves the same modicum of respect, which means the same amount of respect across the board until they cross that line into disrespect. And then you have the choice to either stoop to their level and exchange energy with them, which is going to drain you in the long term, or you can be the bigger person, right, and walk away. And I choose to walk away from scenarios like that. The third definition for humble is ranking low in a hierarchy or a scale. And the fourth definition of humble is not costly or luxurious. So in a way, I can see where this young man may feel a way about me because I look like money. I look like money. I might not be the richest person in the world physically, but I am very, very spiritually abundant, okay? I am a child of God, and my Father loves me, and He blesses me with the gift of self-love, self-pride, and self-confidence. And He told me to use my gift to help others to feel the same way, in case they came across people like this gentleman who, when they see their light on them, when they see their blessings on them, they want to try to make them feel as though they are in the wrong, or make them feel less than. Wants to try to make them to have deference to somebody or something for no reason. Now, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to remaining humble, ladies and gentlemen, because so many people don't know the true definition of what humble is or what humility is, a lot of people want to see people doing good, but not better than them, okay? And once they feel as though you are placing yourself in a position or a path in life to where you can potentially exceed not just their expectations of you, but your own expectations of yourself by believing in yourself and being successful, a lot of people will take offense to that. And when you are proud of your endeavors, when you carry yourself with your head held high, with class and grace and esteem, because in your own world you are of the highest hierarchy, certain people will feel away. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that is their own personal problem. You never, ever, ever make yourself less than. You never dim your light for other people who cannot handle your shine. They either can put some shades on or get the fuck out the way. That is point blank, period. And if you know that you are already the kind of person who exudes class and grace, and you treat people the way that you would like to be treated, there is no reason for you to feel as though you must be humble or humbled around certain people in order to make them feel better about themselves. That's just not the way that the world goes. It absolutely is not. There are so many people that are out here today that are going around intentionally putting doubts in people's head, that are making people question their own self-worth, okay? Because they are not sure of their own worth or their own value, or they don't believe in themselves the same way that other people believe in themselves. And that's a personal problem as well. Humility is understanding that everybody has a past, right? Humility is understanding that, yes, you may have a bigger bank account than somebody else. You may have more physical, tangible things than somebody else, but that does not make you better than anybody else, because God created everybody equal. Now, once the Creator created everybody as equal on an equal playing field, it is up to you to decide how far you want to go with the things, the tools that God has blessed you with, or how much knowledge you want to gain, how much, wealth you want to accrue while you're here living this lifetime. How far do you want to go on the path to fulfill your purpose, to be your best self? Everybody has a choice. Now, unfortunately, not everybody chooses well. Not everybody believes in themselves enough to go all the way, or to not be afraid to try and fail and try again, because that is how you truly gain success. Don't let anybody make you feel as though you think you're better than them, because you know your value and your worth, and you're ready, willing, and able, and always do push forward. You carry yourself the way you want to be. Okay, I know you guys have heard that saying before: dress for the job you want. I don't want to be a bum. You heard that? Confirmation. I don't want to be a bum. Therefore, I don't carry myself as such. All right, I don't want to be surrounded by bum people. Therefore, I treat everybody the same when I meet them. And if that is not something that they can acclimate themselves to, or if they are not used to that kind of treatment, they have the choice to exit stage left. I'm not going to look down on them because they choose a different way of life, a different lifestyle, or they choose, to be in a more hostile environment, or have more reckless mannerisms, because that's who you choose to be. Everybody chooses their way. What works for you doesn't work for me, but that absolutely does not mean that you are better than anybody else. I don't feel like I'm better than anybody else, but I do know my worth, and I do know my value, and therefore I feel as though everybody else also should know their worth and know their value. And when people tell you to be humble, right, that means to carry yourself with class and grace. That does not mean for you to be an ass kisser, right? If somebody is an arrogant asshole, always throwing their accomplishments in people's face, always flexing on the gram, X, Y, and Z, those are the type of people who need to be humble. But if you're going around and you're spreading love, if you're trying to build and raise the vibration for people, if you're treating people the way that you want to be treated, and if you're proud of your successes, and you speak about your own self-love, there's no need for you to humble yourself. People need to know the difference, because a lot of people have a lot of accomplishments under their belt that they have. A lot of people have a lot of gifts and talents that they have been blessed with. And because so many people always tell them, oh, remain humble, instead of using those God-given gifts and talents that were given to them for a reason to help raise the vibration out here, people have told them, oh, you need to be humble. Humility is not keeping your gifts to yourself. Humility is sharing your gifts with others in any way that you know can help them as well, without rubbing it in their face. That's what being humble is. So people need to understand exactly what it is to be humble. Just because somebody carries themselves well, cares about their appearance, and does not stand for bullshit or disrespect, that does not mean that they're not humble, right? A lot of people are sitting on their gifts, as I said before, because other people who are not on their purpose or insecure in their gifts and their path are making them feel bad for showing these gifts. But it is a reason why God blessed certain people with certain gifts, because they are supposed to shine bright. They are supposed to be seen because they're supposed to help the greater good. I guess I'm gonna wrap that up now because I have an interruption, but I feel as though I got my message and my point across. And also too, anybody who has a gift, anybody who has a talent, don't be afraid to show it. All right? Humility, being humble, that's showing your gifts. That's letting your work speak for itself. Take care. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy at Empress Oracle Shop, and have a wonderful and blessed day. I love you all.